So here's a funny food story. I was a hungry kid. I loved eating. I couldn't get enough food. So when we were doing Little House on the Prairie, we did what is now my favorite episode, an episode called Men Will Be Boys. It was my favorite because it was starring myself and my brother Matthew Labyorteaux, who played Albert, and we got to play in the woods, and it was really fun. And also because it had Michael Landon and Merlin Olsen, who were like supreme comedians in this episode. It's a wonderful episode. So we're up in Sonora, California, and we're shooting this episode, and in this story, Albert and Andy have caught a rabbit, but they can't kill the rabbit because they just can't kill this cute little rabbit. So they are really, really hungry. And they find this bush, this berry bush, and they find all these berries on the bush, and they start eating the berries, and they start packing away the berries, and then they go off, and they've found all of this food, and now they're all stoked up for the rest of their journey. Well, we're there shooting the episode, and they found this berry bush, and we're shooting with this berry bush, and during the scene, I'm eating the berries. Well, these berries are really good, and like I said, I will eat until you stop me. So in between the takes, I'm eating the berries, and while we're shooting, I'm eating the berries, and I'm eating a lot of berries. Until finally, the prop master comes over to me and he goes, "Hey, Patrick, try not to eat any berries in between the scenes, okay?" I'm like, "You got it." And so in between the scenes, I stop eating berries. But it takes a while to set things up, and before you know it, in between takes, I'm eating more of these berries. Until finally, the property guy comes over to him and he goes, "Please, Patrick, please don't eat any more of these berries in between takes." And I go, "Not a problem." So we do another take, I eat a bunch of berries, and then in between the next take, I'm trying really hard, but these berries are really good. I'm starting to eat more of the berries. And he comes over to him and he goes, "Patrick, please stop eating the berries. We were up until 4 in the morning sewing these berries onto this bush. This wasn't a real berry bush. Because it's Hollywood, there was no berry bush that they happened to find in the forest. They had to bring a bush and they had to sew all of these berries onto this bush by hand, one by one, and they were up until 4 in the morning, and here's this kid eating all of their nighttime work, not even on camera." So it was a real big problem. And there were other issues with me and the props and food, which I'll tell in another video. But yeah, I couldn't stop eating the berries, and they were all sewn on by hand. Who knew?